Hello, love. Welcome home to Eden. This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Muse, offering you a rare glimpse at sexual divinity and the sacred truth of women. So let's talk about why you do her first and longer. Okay, so you think you're so good because you're like, well, I'm equal. I always give equal pleasure. She does me, I do her, blah, blah, blah. But you need so little compared to what she needs that what you call equal for her literally is letting her access maybe 10% of her pleasure capacity compared to if you were to give her 5 times as much energy as you need, as much physical pleasuring. You're like, this isn't fair. But the woman holds energy, emotional, spiritual energy for the tribe. She does a whole lot of work you don't even know about and you don't do. And this is a way to give back to her. It is actually it's not fair in the other direction. Even if you were to give her 5 times as much pleasure as yourself, she's still going to be holding more energy for the tribe than the masculine does. Okay, so let's look at biology. Let's just look at this for a second. So the women are able, they are the creatures who are able to give pleasure even when they're receiving pain. So I'm just talking about the vagina. So she can be raped while the man is receiving all this pleasure, physical pleasure, and she's in torture. She's still giving pleasure. And he can even have an emotional high that if he's out of touch enough that goes along with his physical pleasure. She can also give the pleasure, the bliss, the passion of life itself by giving birth to a baby while she's in torturous pain. Now, just because she can do this, does it mean she should? No. Just because she can give pleasure while receiving pain, does it mean she needs to keep doing that? Is that her life mission? No, it's not her life mission. Her mission is different. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now, the man, on the other hand, he can experience pleasure while inflicting pain. He can even experience pleasure while hunting and killing, being in a war, and experience some kind of heroic endorphin rush that has some pleasure exhilaration to it, where this is why we have all these war movies now that the men are flocking to, because they can get that exhilarating endorphin rush related to receiving pleasure from killing, from bringing death. Now, just because he can receive pleasure from inflicting pain and killing, does that mean he should? No, it does not mean that. Is that his sole mission because that's what's easy for him to do? No, it's not actually, guys. It's not your sole mission to just create more and more wars and hurt more and more women. No, and ignore their needs. No, your mission is defined by what you're not good at, by the place where you need to grow. So a man's mission is to learn how to give pleasure while receiving pleasure, give pleasure before receiving pleasure, experience pleasure that's about life instead of death, right? And a woman's mission, her job, is to do what she's not so good at. She's so good at giving. She needs to learn how to receive pleasure while giving pleasure. Receive pleasure while giving life. And actually, there is such a thing as orgasmic childbirth even. I know this because I met 2 women in Mexico who had had these orgasmic childbirths and learned how to have them, passed on the exercise to me. I had orgasmic childbirth with my daughter, and then I passed on more knowledge of this to women here, and 2 women I knew got to have orgasmic childbirths. And one of the things related to that is going down on a woman while she's in the process of having contractions and such. Of course, what are we thinking? Of course, opening, pleasuring, the whole vulva becomes softer and more. Instead of the contractions being pain, they're orgasms. Of course. So get with your soul mission, darling. Okay, you. Don't think about this in terms of equality time for time. That will tank your ability to become a great lover to women. She needs way more than you need. And the thing is, the frantic pace of man and all these movies directed by men where the man slams a woman against the wall and they just huff, puff, and shout and rip off undies. It's just so not sensual. You never see the woman in her deep, orgasmic, moaning, groaning bliss place that she only gets to through the pace of woman that is slow, that is about tantric breathing where energy is continual, it keeps going. It's not just a wham, bam, shot my wad, it's over, or a kiss that's at her and then has no energy resonance flowing. We're talking about tantric lovemaking, where the masculine learns the thing that is about pleasuring while receiving pleasure, and she learns about receiving pleasure while giving pleasure. This is your soul mission, darling. This is one of them. Along with helping the world, you got to help the women, your woman, find her actual capacity, her full capacity for multi-orgasmic expansion. And that does not mean you have to have a hard cock, a long-lasting cock, or even a cock at all. You just need to have your full attention on her with your mouth, your eyes, your hands, hopefully your cock too. That would be good. Not necessary, because what she needs is it's entering the place and the space where she can be receptive without having to give to you and put out to you, and you have to go and get and take something quick so that you make sure you get that thing. Like, come on. you have a bigger lover man inside you, so much bigger, so much more of you to give than is even related to your body. Right? And then your body just becomes the extension of your soul in lovemaking. And what is love? That's when we sacrifice some of what we need and what we think we need and what we want to get in order to give to somebody else. That's when love is born, right? But the thing is, women, we're giving all the time. We're giving away, sacrificing over and over again for others. So we really need you guys to step it up and learn how to focus in a way where you're not focused on your cock. You're not focused on yourself at all. Keep your clothes on. Try that. I mean, the Daka I know, who does a lot of pleasuring, had 23 women he was pleasuring. He actually always kept his clothes on. And he would only use his hands and his mouth, and he, some of the women he was really close with, they would kiss a lot. Okay, that's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot. Good for you. You listen to all that? You're here? Do you get what an extraordinary man you are? Really, 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 really? Do you? Because you are. Just the fact that you're even listening to a woman instead of to guys, it's really, really great. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. It's snowing out today. Can you see the snow? How beautiful it is out there? This is New England, baby. We need to warm it up. Okay. Much love, darling. Love life.